What's going on, football fans? It's your host, Bad Takes, with Bad Takes in Football, back with another video for you. Gonna dive into the top receivers around the NFL, but before I do that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm on my road to my first 100 subscribers. It really helps me out and it's free for you to do. We're building an awesome community here of talking everything NFL football. Also, make sure you like and comment on this video. What do you think about these new leaders in the wide receiver world? Let's dive into today's video. Ja'Marr Chase, George Pickens, Puka Nacua, Justin Jefferson, all are chasing one wide receiver right now, and that wide receiver is Jaxson Smith-Njigba. Through 7 games, Jaxson Smith-Njigba has 50 catches for 819 yards and 4 touchdowns. Behind him, you have Ja'Marr Chase and George Pickens, both who have played 8 games this season already. Ja'Marr Chase has 70 catches for 720 yards and 5 touchdowns. But again, that's through 8 games. George Pickens has played 8 games as well. George Pickens has 43 catches for 685 yards and 6 touchdowns. Puka Nacua is behind Pickens. He has 54 catches for 616 yards and 2 touchdowns. Puka has only played in 6 games though. So that really tells you a lot about how well Puka Nacua is playing. Justin Jefferson closes out the top 5 with 41 catches for 602 yards and 1 touchdown. Justin Jefferson has also played in 7 games. If you were to tell me at the beginning of the season that Jaxson Smith-Njigba was going to be the top receiver in the NFL at this point in the season, I would have told you you're pretty crazy for a couple different reasons. One, Jaxson Smith-Njigba is the main target in Seattle, obviously, but they did lose DK Metcalf. And so I actually expected Jaxson Smith-Njigba to get a lot of attention from the secondary of any opponent that they're playing. Also, another huge factor in this is the fact that Sam Darnold is their quarterback. Now, Sam Darnold had a great year last year with the Vikings, but I didn't think that Sam Darnold was going to help a receiver lead the league in receiving yards. That was not something that I had on my bingo card for today. Sam Darnold has 1,754 yards on the season. He's thrown 12 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So he is having another really good year, and Seattle looks like a genius right now for bringing Sam Darnold there. I wanted to bring this up because this is a new leader in the wide receiver world, and not a lot of people are giving Jaxson Smith-Njigba or Sam Darnold enough credit for what they've been able to accomplish so far this year. The Seattle Seahawks are first right now in the NFC West, and I really do project them to have another win this week against the Commanders. With that being said, I think you should expect a lot from Jaxson Smith-Njigba this coming week, and I don't think that this is going to change. He's averaging 117 yards per game right now, which any receiver would be happy with around the league. When you compare that to Ja'Marr Chase, who's second behind him, he's averaging 90 yards a game. So again, that tells you the differential with JSN playing 1 less game than Ja'Marr Chase and still having almost over 100 yards more than him. If there's one place where Jaxson Smith-Njigba can improve, it's the yards after the catch. Currently, he has 188, and when you compare that to Ja'Marr Chase has 356 yards after the catch. So he's obviously making a lot more plays after he gets the ball, and that says a lot about who Ja'Marr Chase is. George Pickens has really taken advantage of the fact that CeeDee Lamb has been out for a couple games this season. He's clearly already has a really good rhythm with Dak Prescott. They're clearly on the same page, and it's really fun to watch him and CeeDee Lamb out there at the same time together. That Cowboys offense is electric. Puka Nacua, I expect him to catch back up to Jaxson Smith-Njigba. I'm not saying he's going to take the lead, but I do think that he is going to gain some ground with the fact that he's back being healthy, and I think that the Rams have a pretty easy matchup, especially in the passing game this weekend. I'm very curious to see what happens to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson has been working with 2 different QBs this year, JJ McCarthy as well as Carson Wentz. I would really love to see JJ McCarthy use Justin Jefferson regularly. Are there any wide receivers that you think will be at the top of this list at the end of the year? Do you think Jaxson Smith-Njigba will stay at the top? That's all for me today. Thank you again for watching. This is Bad Takes with Bad Takes in Football, signing out.